Alright, some bonus stream today. Usually haven't gotten up to it on Tuesdays, but apparently for reason or another had motivation tonight to go for it. Not on earlier schedule either, had Tuesdays, but as had some motivation to go for it. Let's play World of Warcraft at least for an hour, maybe more, and see about if we do tomorrow also something. Depends, need to back a bit to depart towards EF and of course back these Fursuit, so in that sense at least we'll consider streaming with a different suit maybe on Thursday when we'll back this. The partial is also going to EF this year, so in that respect also need to see what we'll be doing in that respect, but otherwise certainly we'll try to have some further streams till this week also. So welcome, and let's see about what we get up to. By now remember the starting plot at most quite faintly, but in any case let's see about that. And so let's then switch towards the game and see what happens. So we last time ended up at the mansion, do remember, after making sure that also the grandma was willing to evacuate, and we otherwise had enough people willing to leave the village. Alright, speak to Queen Mia Greymane inside the Greymane Manor, so let's track that then and find our way inside. Alright, that wasn't too difficult. Right. "50 quests completed." That was actually pretty quick, up to 50. Alright. Speak to King in the observatory. Alright, so most probably need to go upstairs some way to reach that. Indeed certain that the king is up to something useful, like. Alright, is this only a balcony? Or do faintly remember that there were like stairs upwards to go to the observatory from somewhere, but let's explore in that respect, at least from here. Alright, nice stairs. And we get outside again from here, so let's see. At least apparently true through that way. Yeah, there are additional stairs upwards here. Yeah, remembered more or less correctly that there are additional stairs. And a lot of them, alright. At least currently it's not very conducive weather for observations unless you're using some other wavelength of light than visible, like IR, like shortwave infrared or such might be more usable with such a cloudy weather, like select the right spectral band. So let's then talk to Mr. King himself. Alright, and something happens. At least we gained a level. Alright, and look with the telescope and somehow not totally surprised that it sank. Alright, and we also have some pirate ships, which of course is not absolutely optimal. We should also choose class specialization, which is nowadays, I would say, much more simplified. At least remember that the skill tree was kind of about 10 times more complicated and resembled one in Diablo 2. Do remember faintly that it was considerably more involved back in the day. Kind of having special skill named recklessness is kind of not totally promising. And do remember that these can be switched more easily nowadays also. So let's choose this for now. And then again talk with our good monarch. Alright, border carriage. That's not the toughest quest ever. Do remember once tried jumping from the observatory and that was a bit too much height to survive purely by jumping, so not going to try jumping from the observatory, but nicely take the stairs instead. At least the manor is quite impressive architecturally, that you have a lot of stairs. Alright, let's see where we are supposed to board the carriage. Right, we can jump from the terrace, so or not. It's actually impossible to overcome the fence from that point, but we can jump from here, yes. Quick way to the carriage. Oh, hello there, Briareos and Camu. Great to see you both. Welcome to the stream. We are doing at least a bit of World of Warcraft also tonight as a bonus stream, so welcome, and let's see, at least maybe play an hour a bit more, as somewhat surprisingly felt also doing some streaming Tuesday night, which hasn't been the case for a good while, and didn't have Tuesday on the schedule either. Yeah, we will indeed meet next week. And then we take the stagecoach very elegantly. At least we apparently get to sit outside. Which of course is stylish, like sit outside the stagecoach. Unlike the family is sitting in the back, so comparatively better seat. It seems also the overall animation isn't done totally spectacularly, because it keeps zooming in and out. stagecoach crash site. That clearly went well. Though the stagecoach continues, so would call that mildly confusing. Ah, alright, we jumped off to help. Alright, rescue crash survivors. Let's then track that quest. And check the marsh for some survivors. Yeah, the horses were well synchronized, unlike the tomb level. So let's then move to the marsh and see if we can find some survivors to rescue. They are surprisingly far from the crashed stagecoach also, like find survivors 10 kilometers into the swamp. And we also apparently have some gators here, or crocodiles, so kind of not totally optimal. Alright, and then he was rescued. We got some crocolisk meat. Can we like cook it? Probably requires correct recipe to cook a crocolisk. Alright, this time we didn't get anything cookable. Cracked sleds. Alright, that's not going to be much good, but it's possible to sell, so it seems here's the crashed stagecoach. Unsure how it ended up this far into the swamp. Like, really? Still no more meat, so might not get that many ingredients from these. Carpenter's mallet, 1 to 2 damage. That's also possible to sell. And now we have rescued enough passengers. Unsure how their stagecoach ended up that far into the swamp, but of course we know also in Maisame car your van might get stuck in the swamp, so might be a bit similar problem, as it is well known that if you drive fast on the road you may end up so far into the swamp that you can't dig your car out even with the tractor. Alright, so we have a plot to get the ochre to attack the undead. So we need to steal their banner. Very well. So let's then see about stealing the banner as success did. So should probably track that. Introductions are in order apparently to the ogre, so it's in the other direction. Alright, at least try to aggro only one at a time, even if it doesn't seem that this is going to be too much of a problem. Alright, these again provide cloth and some cash. We need to only dispatch 4 of them though, so not terribly difficult. $84 copper, like whopping monetary gains. Let's also see if we can find the ochre den for yes. Is this then the famous banner, or at least probably not, because we can't steal that. It's probably only for like an advertisement for the real one. So like advertise availability of the actual one you have to steal apply within. Alright, we can also do a bit of mining here. And even found a shadow gem, so pretty good mining node as it provided also a shadow gem. Long road and more guardians, so we try to deal with them. Certainly would have been apparently quite a short work, like separately. required only four kills, and there are probably like 10 also as cards on the way, so. And apparently here, alright, some mining available too. And then here's the famed banner, which probably gets his attention when you steal it. Let's get going back down then. Jump onto the road. Alright, and we get to fight one of them directly down below. There we go. And continue back to the stagecoach to turn the quest in. So let's then. Oh, bouncy kisu. So let's then turn the quest in. But it's real tiger though, so. Let's hope this works. Alright. Speak to Gwen Armstead in Stormglen. Alright. So we move down the road to Stormglen. Apparently the fight worked out fair enough, so we can move on to the Stormglen. So there are the Forsaken, let's see. Yeah, and here comes the Etin, so that should cause some trouble for the Forsaken. Yeah, clearly stealing his banner was a good idea. And they didn't bother to transport anymore with the stagecoach, but rather now we then still lacking the apprentice riding skill. We actually have to just go by football, so kind of like how would you like to walk? Because it used to be that running wild certainly didn't require the riding skill. Nowadays it's apparently considered kind of like equivalent of a mount, and in addition to having the racial skill, it actually requires the corresponding riding skill. So right, at least we arrived in the right place. And here we go. We walked all the way. then we get rid of 6 spiders. To think that some will quite dislike spiders. Alright, obtain 6 old journal pages. Right, and were there any other quests here? No, these two are just talking. Otherwise, like, the 2 survivors are busy waving their hands. Fair enough. And let's see which area we are supposed to take these 2. So it's the same area on that side of the town. Yeah, as guessed, our good bat doesn't like spiders, so fair enough. Let's go after some spiders. To remember, there was like also some queen spider or such, at least in some quest in this game. So let's move towards the quest. Alright, there we have a spider. There we go. And we find like we can apparently make food out of small spider legs, so let's pick that up. And to think that we also should have like better armor available. Yes, let's put that into use. And worse weapons. So right, here's a journal page. And here's a spider. That was quite quick. And we again also got a small spider leg and found a journal page. And another journal page, quite close to each other. And there's a spider in the house, if so correctly, yes. So we also get to fight a spider indoors. Indoors fighting. And another for cooking ingredient. And here's another journal page. Quite easy to collect. There have been quite a few to collect 6. And another small spider leg, and those were just other paper trash. Unlike here we have a journal page. And here's another spider. And also contained a small spider leg. Of course, it's easier to find spider legs as they have many legs to utilize. Alright, and then we should probably turn these in, and at the same time dispatch of one more spider. There we go. Right, and we are good to turn them in. Alright, let's have a little detour outside the town. And here we go, ready for turning. Alright, and then we turn the quests in.
What is it?
Found the journal pages. It will take some time, but I'll try to make sense of what we have. And then we also leveled up.
What can I do for you?
And then, as remembered, we had the Spider Queen.
That's enough gabbing for me today.
Alright, she wasn't even willing to talk. And now we need to go after the Queen Spider. Somewhat confusingly, we only have the barber indicated separately. Let's add some more so we know where there are merchants. That also helps in the sense that now we can sell some items. We can't really sell much to the stable master. Actually we can, because like sell most of the beginners gear. Alright, much more inventory and somewhat more money, so that was useful. before we go after the queen spider. Alright, let's track this and start towards the correct direction. Alright, here we have the regular spider. Let's dispatch that on the way. Instead of like Schwarzwald, it's Blackwald, which is of course like fair enough. Alright, and our target would be here. Not even elite, it's just big and round, so alright, and we get to execute. So also the queen contained a small spider leg, so not really like glittering prizes, but so that should reduce the spider threat a little, as we also dispatched of the queen. At least we again have the normal spider here, but let's then alright, the venom sac is probably also useful for something. Enter village. And or exit it, but re-enter. And turn it in. Alright, and we get better armbands. Use those. Alright, we can like favorite an appearance kind of plain still with this level of items. Alright, maybe she has succeeded reading the journal. Alright, investigate the Bradshaw mill. Very well. General goods vendor, let's also sell this, and unsure what you can craft with the venom sac, but let's keep that for now. We can also get a blacksmith's hammer. We can get a fishing pole, but we do not of course yet have the necessary skill, do think. But let's buy a fishing pole in any case, so we can fish once we find someone willing to train us in fishing, which is of course most important. Indeed, glittering prizes, Warcraft being it as said. Our good bat was clearly not happy with the spider-oriented missions it seems. So let's see then about the Bradshaw Mill. So let's check that out. Not very far, fortunately. Alright, found the Bradshaw Mill. At least there's someone here. Priestess of the Moon, alright. Losing your tail, not that we had tail in the first place. Alright, so more of being tailed. Of course, it's literally we do not have a tail to start with, so hard to lose it. Alright, so and we get improved boots for doing so. Alright, let's track that. It should also show the special item needed, yes, and we need to proceed to specific location for that. Currently behind the sawmill. Here we go on this part of the road, and then we should use this. At least that didn't do anything, but now we are able to fight, so let's then fight. Alright. And then move back to the sawmill. And good turn this in. Alright, and then we should go and ask a druid. You can always trust them druids, some claim. Alright, and then we again speak to Darius Crowley. And of course use improved footwear. But we didn't find Mr. Bradshaw, so kind of disappointed. Was looking for the hermit living by the sawmill, of course. So let's then proceed. And of course we seem to prefer to jump by the sawmill and then reach the road again. Which is also going exactly in the opposite direction of what we are aiming for, so let's take the other direction and observe whether that or either goes, at least seems so once we walk far enough. Alright, and there's even a Worgen food vendor. And a card. Alright, there are quite a few Worgen here. And we again have Darius Crowley here. Alright, and then we shall again get rid of 6 opponents, which is pretty much the most common quest type pretty much in the game. That alright, these are a bit different opponents you shall go after. Alright, and then we need to find also some items which usually are in the same area. The quest design, especially at this era, was kind of similar pattern to a good degree. And yes, they are in the same area again, so you get kind of 2 different quest lines there again that collect things. And So let's go and take a... Yeah, it is exactly towards the end of the Worgen kind of like starting plot line. So let's go and collect plant matter and rid of the banshees. Alright, and they even give some money. Alright, quite closely generated like. Alright, let's collect those and then attack here. Much less money, unfortunately. Let's look for more of both plant matter and opponents here. The area is quite large, but alright, and there's more. Alright, and those also sell for a bit of coins, so there's also a mining node here. We of course stop the mine a bit. Alright, and we have enough of those. And then we still need to deal with a bit more opponents. Then we can return for turning. Yeah, might be. Alright, and we are getting close to 1 hour, so let's at least finish this part and then consider finishing for tonight, but at least still continuing to the end of this part. So there we go. Alright, we can blow the horn of Tal'Doran soon. Sounds nice, blow the horn. And We even get over 1 gold of money. There we go, and then we should blow the horn of Tal'Doren. Let's track that, like, get mysterious artifact. And of course we want to blow the horn. Alright, and here's the horn, so alright, and we got some Banshee attention in the meantime, so let's fight that off first. There we go. And then we need to go to the cabin, which contains more opponents, but we can now also blow the horn, so let's see if that was of use. Alright, yes, we have at least some help, and also would like to not fall over, so let's use the health potion, and then do we need to go into the cabin if we would find the entrance? Appears usual quest thing with this one, like get confused. Alright, there would appear to be an entrance, and here's the artifact, and most probably we expire. Yeah, that didn't quite work yet. No wonder we got the chat. So let's try again. Fortunately the graveyard is quite close by. That wasn't quite as easy as we especially kind of went the wrong way first. So let's blow the horn again and apparently get in trouble. Alright, and here we are. Quickly, there we go. And then try to get out without expiring. Done. And then we just run. There we go. Did we have some bread or something? Yes. Let's eat some bread. Well known to be useful, like you eat some bread and continue with more health, as it said syö hieman leipää. So you eat some bread and then you make it through better. There we go. Eating some bread was helpful. Indeed, as there was the version jaksa paremmin, which of course I do remember some first said that it sounds nicer that you then we of course turn this also in, and this should mysterious artifact. It has even no description, it's only mysterious artifact. And we get over 1 gold even in payment. Alright, this shouldn't be too difficult. We even get new hammer, which is a little bit better but reduces armor. It's kind of surprising that you actually... Ah yeah, because it's 2 hands, so it reduces the amount the shield would provide. Alright, and then we shall activate the glowy things. There we go. Having activated the glowy things, did we need to do anything else with that? No, so we can turn it in. Alright. And then we get the 2-handed hammer, and we get additional ability, which I do think is the 2 forms, which is kind of boring. You can turn back to human, which of course is kind of lacking in style. And it's not, haven't seen it required anywhere. The game doesn't seem to really care about your form. Like, everyone serves you as well, whether you're Worgen or not. Alright, return to Stormglen. Very well, let's walk back there next. Do think this was the 2 forms, so you could turn back, which isn't very useful ability, as it's purely visual. At least earlier remember that it did absolutely nothing differently. So let's then indeed jaksa takaisin, so we should try and make it back to the town, maybe even buy some bread from the food merchant here, so we make it back. Clearly he doesn't, of course, being a wolf, he doesn't sell any like bread. Sells only food. Sells only meat-based products, so let's buy some, so we have some food, so we make it back better. Important to buy some nutrition for the way, especially when you're walking all the way back to town. Right, there should be a mining node somewhere here. Let's check that out for some mining. There we go. Right, and we found some more classic spiders. Apparently entered a point where we again have the spider menace in place. So let's fight and get a small spider leg. Maybe we can cook them into something flavorful. It's well known that spider's eye desirable culinary delight or not. Maybe depends on who you ask. Another carpenter's mallet and sells even for something. Let's sell that and whatever. Snapped spider limb, that wasn't very useful. Alright. And then we try to end up inside the... yeah, here's the door. If we would move to the right spot instead of getting stuck to turn this in.
Ain't you a chipper looking one?
Alright, King Greymane gave me a brief rundown of the plan before he set off for the Black Vault. Doesn't make it sound any less crazy. Alright, and alright, and we move the Tempest Reach, so let's move out then. Alright, that's a bit longer take on the road. Right, we also get to fight a few spiders on the way apparently, and some fur also from the realm apparently helps a bit.
I need a target.
Right, we got 3 small spider legs, so should at least faintly remember you could cook those under some conditions. Right, and more small spider legs, and then we start along the road. Yeah, that's true, like ham to go with the bread. That's a logical conclusion also. And we continue along the road to reach the next town, at least still this session. Nice height difference also here. Like down to the waterfront. Right, and here we have
Well met.
Alright, and again it doesn't seem things are quite right. Betrayal at Tempest Street. Oh well. Lord Godfrey clearly didn't quite do well with us. Alright. Do faintly remember getting lost. Ah yeah, and here's where you get Lord Walden's top hat, which do remember wearing like long in the game once. So let's see. Stealth mission, you say? You need to be in Tempest Streets, so we don't need to apparently stealth, at least quite yet. Right, we are now in Tempest Streets, so let's stealth, and then we need to find the 2 rebel lords to dispatch off. Ah yeah, and the canines can detect us, which is an issue. Yeah, I do faintly remember expiring quite a few times in this due to the canines, so actually this isn't very easy. Do now remember the stealth mission being somewhat problematic. Alright, and fortunately we have the graveyard quite close apparently. Because you need to wait that the dogs are not close by. To remember when this still supported fixed function pipeline, it didn't use the kind of inverse image drawing mode with the overall. This will be interesting, like can we resurrect far enough to not alarm the guards? Alright, resurrect here, then quickly move towards the bridge, stealth, and then try again. But yes, it would actually use very dark blue coloring instead of the special drawing mode in when you were dead instead of the inverted kind of like palette. It would actually use the just very dark blue image. Right, then we need to see like how the fair canines move, because we need to get by those. Let's see, can we like just go through here by the rocks? Apparently not. Ah yes, we can. So can we jump over the wall? Would be of course useful for stealth mission, or has it been prevented? Like if you could just jump over the wall, it would simplify things considerably. Yes, we can actually go by the then we need to find the lords. At least assume the directional arrow is kind of useful. Alright, there's the card. So we still need to get further on the road apparently. There's also a flock of sheep on the road. Let's not consume any. Hopefully there are no more detectors soon. At least you can see them by the symbol above them. Alright, here we have a lord. Who seems to like climbing some stairs. Hello there, would you like to expire? Alright. That finishes them off. And where do we find the other Mr. Lord? Alright, that didn't go very well. Like run out of stealth at the best time possible, so let's try to jump into the terrain. They probably are not going to follow this far. Good. No. Let's see how far we actually have to go for them to give up. Alright, and let's then have some food. Of course, always, though not very efficient, it's fun to try and survive. Alright. And then we need to see where we need to be. That's quite far away, really. Like the other side of the wall thing. Yeah, we are not at least yet in a position where we can use the stealth either. So let's move by the sheep. Alright, we are at Tempest Reach, so we can stealth again, and then we need to apparently go further through the road. Yes. Alright, there's a detector coming, so let's try and hide. Good. And move back onto the road. And keep going. Some sheep, you say. Alright, there's a detector depot again and a detector, so let's move aside. And rejoin the road. This apparently isn't the right location. But the king is held here. Let's check the map, so we need to go in a different spot. Hopefully the detector has passed. Seems so. Is it still this road or... No, the other direction apparently. So we need to reach the bridge. Yeah. Alright, there's a detector. Long-winded adventures in stealth. There's a detector coming by the bridge, so let's hide here and hopefully not fall over or get detected. Alright. Quite suspicious, but they went on, so... Onto the bridge we go. Alright, and here's our good lord. How about expiring? Alright, and where do we need to turn this in? Because... Alright, and we need to get back. And another stealth mission. Hopefully. We make it to the next point. So we have to cross the bridge, yes, and keep going. Yeah, there was also a dress available. I'm sure the Lord has been well equipped for different occasions. Right, detector. And apparently they turned in the other direction, but kind of difficult if they come down the bridge. Alright. And we wait. We need to take the same way as them, so... And then they turn around, so we hide here again and hopefully not fall. This time they went past nicely, so we are good to go. And we have another one there, so let's hide here. And they actually turned around. Alright, we can cheat a little and jump the fence. And here's the king. speak to Lord Hewell to obtain right to the livery outpost and report to Lorna Crowley. Alright, so let's then obtain a ride. Again, like the other side of the map, but do think we can now move like without being attacked as the good Eastern Lords. Yep, we can't still talk with the Watchman, but now we are safe. And yes, we need to move this road and then turn left. With the plenty of sheep. Indeed, Camus, as also thought that one has to have proper clothing ready for all occasions. Let's see, we can also apparently go this way. Like directly. Bit of a shortcut. Let's see if this works. Like we have to probably go a bit lower. Shortcut through fields and sheep. If it's even possible, like, does this require crossing? Seems this is doable, yes. Alright, actually we could have gotten a ride here, but walking works. Alright, and now we have more quests here, but do think we are going to finish for tonight with the 1.5 hours done, so let's switch over here. And we had pretty nice viewership for World of Warcraft tonight also, so thank you all for joining, and let's see who we are going to raid. Was very nice continuing the rest of the early quests, including the little stealth mission, which was actually this time quite fun as we succeeded taking the side of the road and otherwise making use of stealth. So let's see who we can raid tonight. Alright, Yuna is playing Stalker. Let's see that they are still playing and would go for Yuna, as it's a while since I've seen Stalker being played. It's not anymore like a totally new game either, so let's see. And yes, it seems they are playing and wagging a lot apparently, so let's go there. Yeah, we can have group activities in World of Warcraft if desired further on, certainly. That's possible at some point for sure on the stream if you want. We'll just talk about more once we are a bit further into the game. So thank you for the suggestion. We'll certainly keep that in mind. There we go for the raid command, and then once again thank you for joining and good night. We will probably stream something a bit also tomorrow and maybe even Thursday, need also back, but otherwise we'll certainly put some effort also to streaming. So thank you once again, and hopefully you enjoyed some further adventures in World of Warcraft, the second stream overall, starting the game from beginning. So thank you, see you hopefully tomorrow, and good night. Let's go.